G'day. Trooper Cody and Steve with one of our Australian light horse videos. And with our videos I try to make them instructional videos so that people doing reenactment can get them right. I make videos so that people that go and look at the light horse reenactors can make a judgment call on how well they think they're doing it. Everybody that reenacts light horse does it well, because if you've got a horse, by crikey, that makes it so much harder anyway. But I also like to tell you about things that are little known, and maybe this video is going to be one that's never been made anywhere before, because what it's about is about the 1914 and earlier. You've got to remember there was no elasticity in clothing. So what you see I'm wearing here is these braces. Well, these braces are made of canvas. They're simply adjusted to where my trousers should be, and then they fit over my shoulders, they keep my pants up. But there is no elasticity in them. So then you think, what would it really be like with absolutely no elasticity? So you look at the light horse uniform, and under the leather leggings here, you can see these laces. Well, what these laces for, they're not for show, they're because when you pulled your pants on, there was no elasticity in them to keep them down. And so you find that this shrinks, the material shrinks as it goes down my leg, and then right at the very bottom of these pants are bows where they're tied up so that it can't pull up. So what we've got then is that I want you to think for a minute about the photos you've seen where there might be men out on a work gang in this area, 1900, 1914. See them out on a work gang, and they're wearing what they could possibly wear to Sunday church. But strangely, they're not wearing their jackets because it's too hot while they're working. But why on earth are they wearing their waistcoats? They're wearing their waistcoats because this is holding my pants up. These canvas braces, they're classed as underwear. And you would never have shown your underwear in public. A man never showed his braces in public. So if he was out working, or he was at a really hot day that warranted taking his jacket off, which was almost a social no-no anyway, when he took his jacket off, he had a waistcoat on, because heaven forbid anyone ever saw his braces. So, I've told you about no elasticity, and things had to be tied up to keep them from pulling up your leg, and you know, my pants are done up so they fit comfortably, but they're actually held up by the braces. So, what you never hear about is what was the underwear like in those times. So there was nothing like briefs or boxers or anything like that. What men wore were called drawers. Everyone called them drawers. And even in the early days of 1914, when the troops were heading off, what they were issued, were drawers, 2 pairs of drawers. So, have you thought about how do you keep your underwear up under this sort of clothing when there's no such thing as elasticity? So this is what a pair of drawers looked like around the turn of 1900, when the guys were in their light horse and they were ready to head off to war. So there's no elasticity. So the first thing you'll notice is that there's some string. There's this gap and some string at the back. Now these are very simple. You didn't go into John Martin's or Harrods and ask for a pair of drawers, unless you were mega rich maybe. But what happened is it's very, very simple. And so your mother or your sister or your wife made these for you, and it's cheap and easy to make. The string at the back. Why is there string at the back? Because when you put them on, that string wasn't done up. You put them on, and then once you had them on, you did up the front button. Once that was done up, then your wife or your mother or a brother, or maybe in the case of a light horse, a very good friend, would, behind you, pull the string tight and do the knot up tight, and then you would find your drawers fit perfectly, and when you want to take them off, then you can just undo the button. So most of the time, string never got touched, there's the button. And of course, the one thing, you're pulling on long pants, how on earth do you keep these down? Well, yes, there's no elasticity to keep them down, so the only way is when you put them on. You would pull the string tight, tie a little bow or a knot in it, and then when you pulled your jodhpurs on, you pulled your pants on, these did not get pulled up. So there you go. Who would have thought you would ever see a video about light horse underwear? So the last thing I'll say is my videos are all about, some of them, sorry, about getting the detail right. So what I would suggest in the modern times is that a lot of women reenact the light horse. Never ask a light horse person today who's a reenactor about their underwear. Let's just stick to what you can see on the outside. Alrighty, so that's light horse underwear. Not something you see every day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers, thank you. Thanks Cody, good job.